If you're hearing this right now, there's a reason. You didn't click by accident. You didn't arrive here by coincidence. Someone has been guiding you toward this moment. Maybe it was a dream you couldn't shake off. Maybe it was that strange pull in your chest when you saw the word Virgo. Or maybe, deep down, you felt that a shift is coming, but you couldn't quite name it. This is that moment. This is the shift. Because whether you realize it or not, your soul has already stepped through a doorway. A spiritual portal that opened earlier this month on August 8th has unlocked something ancient inside you. Some call it the Lion's Gate, but I want you to think of it as a permission slip from the universe to become who you really are. Even though August 8th has passed, the portal is still open, and its energy is still active, still vibrating, still working behind the scenes of your everyday life. And right now, you're standing between what you were and what you're becoming. You felt it, haven't you? That quiet tug towards something more meaningful, that subtle discomfort in places where you used to feel at home, that intuitive knowing that some cycles are ending even if your logical mind can't explain why. That's what this portal does. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It nudges. It rearranges reality from the inside out. And maybe, just maybe, as you hear these words, a face, a name, or a situation is flashing through your mind. Don't ignore it. That's the message. That's the reason you're here. Now let me be clear, this isn't about astrology predictions or textbook horoscopes. This is about energetic alignment, about spiritual architecture, about walking with intention through doors most people don't even know exist. This reading isn't just guidance, it's activation. So take a breath, unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders. You're safe here, and you're not late. You're not behind. You're exactly where your soul needs you to be. Because over the next few minutes, we're going to explore what this season is really opening up for you. Virgo. We're going to look at the whispers behind the drama, the clarity hiding beneath the chaos, and the invisible hands that have been moving pieces in your life when you thought nothing was happening at all. This isn't just a video, it's a mirror. And by the end of it, you'll see yourself differently. And that changes everything. Let's talk about the thing you've been sensing but haven't fully admitted to yourself. Lately, something has felt off, not dramatic, not obvious, but subtle, like a change in the temperature of a room, or the way someone says your name with too much sweetness and not enough sincerity, like your intuition is trying to get your attention, but you keep brushing it off because you want to believe the best in people. But Spirit sees it, and now, so do you. The energy of bad gossip is moving around you. That doesn't mean you're under attack. It means something in your field is stirring, agitated by others' projections, assumptions, or unresolved emotions. You might not even be directly involved, but you're picking up the frequency, like whispers in a hallway, like eyes that shift when you enter the room. And Virgo, let's be honest, your nervous system is sensitive. It's your superpower. But it also means you can feel energies that aren't yours and still carry them as if they are. That's why this message is coming through loud and clear. You are not here to absorb other people's stories. This is not your drama. Maybe it's happening at work, maybe in your friend group, maybe even within family. A triangle dynamic is showing up: 3 people, each entangled in ego, misunderstanding, or silent competition. And you're either in the center of it or just close enough to feel the static. Spirit isn't telling you this so you'll react. It's telling you this so you'll detach. There's no need to confront, prove, explain, or defend. What's happening isn't about you, it's about what your light stirs in others. And sometimes, people project shadows onto the brightest ones in the room. But Virgo, You didn't come here to play small just to keep others comfortable. You came to protect your peace. So take a breath. Pull your energy back. Choose silence when silence feels strong. Trust that the people meant for you will always meet you in clarity, not chaos. And remember, your frequency is sacred. Protect it like your future depends on it, because it does. You've always known that safety isn't the same as peace. And lately, that truth has been pressing a little harder on your heart. Spirit chose to bring forward the card, the garden and the gate, for a reason. Maybe you've seen this image before, a young woman standing in a vibrant garden, surrounded by flowers, comfort, familiarity. But there's a locked gate in front of her, and beyond that gate lies a field she's never stepped into. She's not trapped. The key to the gate hangs on a ribbon around her neck. She could leave at any time, but she doesn't. She stands there staring out, wondering, longing but not moving. Why? Because what's familiar feels safe, even if it's no longer fulfilling. Because comfort is quiet, even when it dulls the soul. And because stepping out into the unknown feels like a risk we're not always ready to take. Virgo, this is your garden moment. You've cultivated something beautiful, a way of life that's stable, organized, predictable. But now, your soul is stirring. You're not restless because you're ungrateful. You're restless because you've outgrown the life you once prayed for. The Lion's Gate portal has activated something in you, a vision of what lies beyond that gate. Not just success, but alignment, adventure, a sense of real fulfillment that doesn't require you to shrink, filter yourself, or stay small just to be palatable to others. And here's the truth, most people avoid the gate won't open itself. You have to choose. You have to unlock it, step through, and trust that what's waiting beyond is meant for you. Even if it's uncertain, even if no one else understands why you're walking away from a good thing. Because good is no longer enough when your soul is ready for great. Spirit is offering you a powerful affirmation in this moment. Say it out loud. Write it down. Keep it close. I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day, in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. You're not stuck. You're standing still by choice. But that choice can change. Right now. And that leads us directly into your next card, the Two of Wands. This card is often misunderstood. People think it's about indecision, but that's not true. It's about potential. It's about standing with one foot in the world you've known and one foot in the world you could create. And you, Virgo, are standing on that edge right now. The Two of Wands invites you to become a conscious creator, not just a careful planner. You don't need to have it all figured out. You only need to decide forward or backward. Some of you have been asking for a sign, a confirmation, a spiritual green light. This is it. And while August 8th cracked open the energetic portal, the second wave of activation is coming soon on August 17th. That's your window, a date to mark, a threshold to cross with intention. Think of it this way, if the portal on 8/8 whispered the vision, then 8/17 demands your response. Not a grand gesture, not a leap into chaos, but a choice, a commitment, a yes to the version of yourself that already exists beyond the gate. Waiting, that may look like starting something you've been avoiding, registering the business, having the hard conversation, booking the trip, saying no more or saying I'm ready. The details are personal, but the energy is universal. It's motion, direction, expansion. Let me be very clear, nothing changes without you. Spirit can open the door, rearrange the energy, and send the signs, but you have to walk. You have to participate in the miracle. And just like the woman in the garden, the key is already around your neck. The Nine of Cups is often called the wish card, but that name doesn't quite capture what's really happening when it shows up. Because this card isn't just about luck or random miracles. It's It's about deserved joy, about inner satisfaction that radiates outward. It's the energy of knowing that you've done the work, and now the blessings have space to land. And Virgo, those blessings are coming. You're stepping into a season where the universe wants to give to you, not just through external rewards, but through internal permission to feel good, to enjoy what you've built, to stop apologizing for your desires. But here's what's important. The Nine of Cups doesn't show up without some kind of groundwork. And that groundwork is the decision you made, maybe silently, to stop playing small. You may not have shouted it from the rooftops, but something inside you whispered, "I'm ready for more." And the universe heard you. That's why this card is showing up now, alongside a very specific energetic marker, August 17th. It's not just another day. It's a spiritual checkpoint, an alignment window. If you've been visualizing, journaling, praying, or simply longing, that date holds momentum. The choices you make around it will echo. So ask yourself, what would bring me genuine emotional fulfillment, not just surface happiness? What experience would make me exhale and say, this feels like me? For some of you, that might look like creative freedom, launching the podcast, publishing the book, painting without asking permission. For others, it may be reclaiming your time, refusing to overbook yourself just to feel productive or worthy. Whatever it is, the Nine of Cups says you're allowed, you're worthy, but you must choose it. You must embody the energy of someone who believes they can receive it. Because emotional fulfillment doesn't just arrive, it requires space and intention and boundaries, which brings us to your next guidepost, the King of Swords, where the Nine of Cups is about heart-based satisfaction. The King of Swords is about mental clarity and spiritual strategy. He's the one who walks into the fog and says, "This is my truth. I don't need agreement, I need alignment." He doesn't speak to please, he speaks to protect what matters. This energy is not always easy for Virgo, especially if you've been taught to avoid conflict or keep the peace. But peace without clarity is a prison. And right now, your path demands precision. The King of Swords is asking you, where are you leaking energy? Where are you still tolerating what no longer resonates? What outdated belief is still whispering? You can't when your soul already knows. You must. It's time to create the mental scaffolding for the life you're building. That means routines that serve your nervous system, communication that honors your boundaries, decisions that align with your long-term vision, not just short-term comfort. This isn't about rigidity. It's about sovereignty. You don't need to be ruthless, but you do need to be rooted. Rooted in who you are now, not who you had to be to survive the past. So take a cue from this archetype. Speak the truth you've been holding. Make the choice you've been circling. Cut away the excess lovingly, cleanly, firmly, not out of fear, but out of clarity. This is the energy that magnetizes your Nine of Cups from dream into form. And remember this emotional fulfillment, Nine of Cups and mental clarity. King of Swords are not opposites. They are allies. They are the two pillars holding up the life your soul came here to build. You are allowed to feel good and think clearly. You are allowed to be soft and direct. You are allowed to want more and draw the line. This is the power of alignment. And Virgo, you're stepping into it. Now that you've reclaimed your vision and sharpened your clarity, there's one final peace ritual action. Because Spirit doesn't just want you to dream, it wants you to embody, to anchor what's spiritual into what's tangible, to take the invisible energy swirling around you and give it a physical form. That's how transformation becomes real. And the time to do that is approaching fast. August 26th is your moment. It's the third and final activation point in this Lion's Gate cycle. If August 8th cracked the portal open and August 17th called you to choose, then August 26th is when you claim. This is when your decisions start to ripple outward, when the energy begins to crystallize, when spirit watches to see, will you show up like the version of yourself you keep visualizing? Here's a simple ritual. I invite you to try that day. Light a single white candle in a quiet space. Write down one sentence that captures the future you're claiming. Not a wish, a declaration. Speak it out loud. Let the sound carry the vibration into the space around you. Then take one small, aligned action that moves you closer. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. Because every time you act with intention, you're not just changing your circumstances. You're changing your frequency. You're telling the universe, I'm serious. And the universe responds to seriousness wrapped in grace. So mark the date, August 26th, not because something magical will happen to you, but because something powerful is ready to happen through you. This is the moment you stop waiting for permission. This is the moment you cross the threshold. And this time, you don't look back. You may not have noticed it, but something has been whispering in the background of your thoughts lately. A restlessness, a weight, a heaviness that doesn't always make sense. Like you're carrying something that isn't yours, but you've held it for so long. It's become familiar. And then, in the middle of your reading, a strange image came through bloodflies. It startled even me. The word felt sharp, uncomfortable, almost dark. But when I leaned into it, I understood. Spirit wasn't trying to scare you. It was revealing something you've tried not to look at. Bloodflies are the old stories you keep swatting away but never really release. The fear that buzzes around your success. The doubt that shows up when you're finally feeling good. The self-criticism that stings you in moments of joy. They aren't enemies. They're echoes, remnants of trauma, energetic residue from the moments you were unseen, unchosen, or misunderstood. And Virgo, you've done such a beautiful job organizing your life around avoiding them. You've built routines, systems, protection layers. You've kept yourself busy and polished and presentable. But underneath, those flies are still circling. And now, because the portal has opened, you can finally release them. But to release something, you have to face it. You have to stop pretending you're fine when you're silently drowning in overthinking. You have to stop gaslighting your own emotions, telling yourself you're being too much when your intuition is actually screaming the truth. You have to stop fixing everything for everyone else, hoping someone will finally notice how much you're hurting. This is the moment of transformation, not through performance, not through perfection, but through presence. You don't have to fight the bloodflies anymore. You only have to name them. That voice that says you'll never be enough, it's not your voice. That feeling that says you have to do it all alone, it's not your truth. That reflex that says stay quiet, don't disrupt, it's not your soul talking. These are inherited patterns, wounds passed down, energies absorbed, and now, you're awake enough to refuse to carry them into your next season. This isn't about erasing the past. It's about alchemizing it, turning what hurt you into what strengthens you. Not because the pain was sacred, but because you are the one who broke the pattern by becoming conscious of it. You are the one who turned inward instead of lashing outward. You are the one who saw the darkness and chose to bring in light. So here's the invitation. The next time the old story shows up, don't fight it, rewrite it. The next time your mind wants to spiral, bring it home, ground it, breathe, call yourself back. You are no longer the version of you who needed to survive by shrinking. You are the version of you who is ready to rise gracefully, powerfully, without apology. And the flies. They disappear when you stop feeding them. There's a space thin as silk, quiet as a held breath where the physical world and the spiritual realm meet. You've been drifting in and out of it without even realizing, in the minutes just before sleep, in the silence between your thoughts, in the moments when you blink and time seems to slow. This is the space Spirit is calling between worlds, and Virgo, you've entered it. The Dream Gate card confirms what your higher self has been trying to tell you. You're walking along the edge of awakening. Your thoughts aren't just thoughts, they're messages. Your dreams aren't just images, they're coordinates. And your body, the goosebumps, the heart skips, the gut pulls as the compass. You're not going crazy. You're becoming clear. In this state, your intuitive abilities sharpen. You may begin to see repeating patterns, colors, numbers, perhaps 3,737 or 7,979. You may dream of doors, birds, butterflies, or someone who speaks without moving their lips. These are not coincidences. They are echoes from your own subconscious trying to remind you of a truth you've forgotten. You are more than just this body, this role, this name. Your soul is ancient. It's traveled timelines, and it chose this one for a reason. Right now, Spirit is asking you to listen more softly, to notice what others ignore, to observe what your logical mind wants to explain away. Maybe you're hearing music in the silence. Maybe you're sensing someone's energy before they speak. Maybe you're feeling drained after visiting certain spaces, or energized after thinking about something you haven't even begun yet. All of that is real. To help guide this process, Spirit has offered 2 journaling prompts. I encourage you to write them down, but more importantly, sit with them not for answers, but for openings. What new dreams or visions are calling out to me from beyond? What unseen truths am I beginning to sense today? Don't rush the answers. Let them arrive like morning light, soft, slow, and certain. Because this part of your journey isn't about doing, it's about remembering. And perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: you are not meant to figure everything out with your mind. Some truths are only revealed in stillness, through trust, through dream. So the next time you find yourself in that liminal space before sleep, during meditation, or simply while staring out the window, don't pull away. Don't distract yourself. Let it speak to you. That's your higher self. That's your bridge. That's your source. You're not just between worlds anymore. Virgo, you're beginning to bridge them. So now, Virgo, you've seen it. You've walked through the garden, stood at the gate, faced the crossroads. You've remembered that joy isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. You've claimed your clarity, faced your shadow, crossed the veil. This wasn't just a reading, it was a mirror, a permission slip, a moment of return. You're not the same as you were when you first pressed play, because somewhere along the way, your soul stood up and whispered, "I'm ready now." The Lion's Gate portal may have opened on 8/8, but the real magic is happening now in the quiet courage you show each day. And as August 17th and 26th approach, the universe isn't testing you. It's watching to see how you embody what you've already become. So choose presence over performance, peace over people-pleasing, alignment over obligation. This is your season to become undeniable. And now, a few invitations only if they feel true to your heart. If a specific card or message spoke to you, share it in the comments. If a name or image flashed through your mind, leave the first letter below. If you've seen numbers like 3,737 or 7,979 recently, tell me, I'll help you decode them. And if you want more guided messages like this, you're welcome to subscribe or explore my other Space Sacred Oracles, where we go even deeper. Above all, thank you for showing up, for trusting your intuition, for honoring the sacred call within you. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time for your next becoming, and the world will be better because of it. Until next time, take care of your energy like it's holy, because it is. And if no one's told you this lately, I'm truly glad you're here. Your energy matters more than you know, even when you feel invisible, even when it seems like your light goes unnoticed. Trust me, it doesn't. Not by spirit, not by the universe, and not by the people whose hearts you've touched without even realizing. Sometimes the biggest shifts happen quietly, not with fireworks, but with stillness, with surrender, with choosing to stay one more day on the path your soul believes in. So if this message stirred something in you, a memory, a tear, a moment of clarity, don't rush away from it. Let it settle. Let it echo. Maybe journal about what came up for you, or save this video and revisit it around August 17th or 26th. You may hear it differently then. And before you go, I'd love to know, what part of this reading felt like it was meant just for you? What old story are you finally ready to release? Or maybe, what's one new truth about yourself that you're ready to claim? Out loud, you can whisper it, you can write it, or you can share it with me in the comments. Whatever you choose, it will be heard. You are not alone on this journey. We're walking it together. And if your heart says yes, I'll be right here guiding, listening, holding space for the next step. Until then, Virgo, honor your energy, honor your voice, and walk through that gate like you were born to, because you were